Hello builders, and welcome to another stone building video. In this one I have for you the red foxes, another animal going into our European village section. We're going to start the build off by doing a specialized viewing area for guests to come underground and look at the foxes as they sleep. And they'll also be able to see the other animals like wolverines and badgers in this little underground den as well. But those videos will be coming out on the channel later. For now, let's build this little wall here that will form the template for this underground area. And once it's complete, we'll form it into a circle and then we'll add in some roots and dirt to make it look like a proper little underground burrow. To create the root system, I used the bristlecone pine tree, this lovely giant tree without any leaves on it, flipped it upside down, and turned it into some roots that are going to be underneath this lovely hill that we will be creating soon. But to create that hill, I need to add in a little soil ceiling so that the guests can come underneath and feel like they're actually underground in the little animal den. There, with the underground circle complete, it's time to come in and just do a few little fine tunes here and there. Add a couple roots, fix up the walls, patch all the little holes. You never want to leave little holes in your ceiling. And now it's time to get frustrated with pathing. It wouldn't be a Planet Zoo build without that, would it now? So we're going to come in and add a little circle going around this hillside that we're planning on building. Once that's in, we can then start building upwards and making the whole hill look pretty and like an actual hill. And you know what, I think I'm going to save you a little bit of this headache of me working on the pathing. Let's just crossfade out and then skip all that lovely little pathing work. That is the power of video editing in the palm of my hand. I can skip all that and save the video an extra 3 or 4 minutes of you just staring at me getting mad at paths. Now we are free to come to our lovely little hillside, and you can now watch something more meaningful like me making this hill beautiful in green and covered in rocks. We love ourselves some rock work over here on the channel. To top off our little hillside here, I wanted to create a beautiful landmark at the edge of the village, something that guests could see from quite a ways away, and wanted to encourage them to wander over and take a look at it. And what better landmark in a zoo than a large vibrant tree, or in this case 2 trees smashed together. To create this weird amalgamation Frankenstein-like tree, I ended up using the beech tree for the leaves and an olive tree for the trunk. Just don't tell the village folk that we've created a Frankenstein tree, or else they might come swinging their pitchforks and torches. As much as we love rocks on this channel, it's time to cover them up and add in a little bit of soil and greenery to this hill to make it into that beautiful idyllic hillside that we all want to visit. When it came time to select the plants that I wanted to put on the hillside, I decided to keep everything as wild as possible. I didn't want anything to look too pampered like a proper garden. Seems to be the theme for my zoo. Just making everything look as wild as possible to make guests feel like they're not really in a zoo, but are in the wilds with the animals. With the top tree and all that little greenery finish, let's come underground here and start working on the separation of the underground viewing areas. I do plan to have 3 separate animals within this little viewing area, the one being the foxes of course for this video, and then the wolverines and badgers, which will be coming out in future videos later. But to make it look like its own proper den, we add in little mulchy soil underneath and then just some rock ceilings above to make it look like it's more structurally sound. And then we just copy and paste it over to the other sides, and then from there we will decorate them individually in their own videos. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I do not like flat exhibits, so it's time to come in and add a little bit of hills and valleys to this little fox exhibit, so the animals have areas to explore and have fun in. Before we get too far into the exhibit, we're just going to come over here and build a little education area for guests to enter this building and learn more about the foxes. And like we did for the underground den, we're just going to create one little wall here as a template and then copy paste that over to the other wall sections just to help save some time with the building process. Not much to say about my design for this building, It's mostly just a copy-paste of the design that we've been using for the rest of the European village area. I like to keep all the areas of this zoo self-contained with their own little themes. Although this building, along with all the other buildings, does have its own unique color palette to make it a little bit more unique from the rest of the buildings. And I should probably get in the habit of mentioning in these videos to remind people to like, comment, and subscribe and do all those YouTuber things, as I'm sure it helps the analytics and gets these videos out to more people to see. So feel free to do any of those things I just mentioned. I would appreciate it. And you know what? Why don't you come over to Twitch and tell me that you liked my video, and then I can thank you in person. I'm going to create a few little viewing spots along this road. I come in and add in a few one-way pieces of glass, so guests can have a nice view of the foxes. And I'll add in a little bit later some rocks to the glass, because I love adding in rocks to my barriers to make things look a little bit more natural. Now it comes time for my favorite part of any build, and that's the rock work. We got the fence done, we got the building done, and we have the den done. It's all done. Now it's time for the rocks to come in and make it all look pretty. And a quick way to do these walk walls is just to make one section of it and copy paste it over and over again. And then you can always go in later and adjust the rock walls if needed, just so they don't look so copy pasted. Now it comes time to paint the terrain. We start with a simple base coat of making everything green, turning the little water into a bit of sandy beach, and then I come in afterwards and add in a little trail of dirt through the grass. This is to show the way the foxes and the keepers continuously walk the path up and down, trampling that grass so it doesn't grow. So of course there would be these little dirt streaks through the exhibit. And I want to apologize, as while editing this video I discovered that the footage was lost for the end of the exhibit of me covering it all with foliage. There is a little bit in there, but not too much, so unfortunately you won't see much of me placing all the grass and plants down, but you will be able to see it all in the final flyby of the video. And unfortunately this is life. Sometimes these things happen, but we just move forward. To kind of make up for this, here is a little bit of me decorating a garden outside the fox habitat. Hopefully this fills that little niche that you need of seeing all that beautiful green come in, as decorating the exterior of a habitat is just as important as decorating the interior of it. It all needs to blend together into that perfect mix for guests to enjoy. And I want to thank everyone for watching this far in the video. And here's another reminder to leave a comment, like and subscribe, and do the YouTuber stuff that people always ask you to do. It really does help people like me who are just starting out on YouTube and Twitch. And speaking of Twitch, feel free to click the link down below to visit me over there and say hi. Give me a little follow over on Twitch and let me know you saw my video. I always welcome in new people into the community. Plus, anyone who follows gets their name up in the zoo on little plaques I hide all over the place for people to find later when I upload it to the workshop. Aside from Planet Zoo, I play other little building games, anything that lets me be a little more creative or have fun. Feel free to stop by and check me out. But hey, with all that spiel done, let me say goodbye and let you finish this video with one final flyby of this whole habitat. Hope you enjoy it, and have a great day everyone. Happy building!